Listen, it's time to tell yourself the truth you've been running from. You're not tired, you're undisciplined, you're not overwhelmed. You're avoiding the work. The world is not against you, you're against yourself. And the clock doesn't care, the sun doesn't care. Life does not care. You have two options every single morning. JTOP or stay weak, Movai or rot. The battlefield isn't out there, mind. And if you don't take control of it the moment you open your eyes, the enemy wins. So get up right now and listen closely, because this is your wake-up call. You want power, you want muscle, you want respect, you want to look in the mirror and actually recognize the person staring back at you. Then embrace this. The grind comes before everything. And the grind doesn't show mercy. You know what it looks like? You've seen it. The cold room, the dark morning, the alarm ringing when no one else is awake. Those early hours when your bed feels warm and your ambition feels dead. This is where warriors are built. Not at noon, not when it's convenient, not when you feel ready. You think a Navy SEAL waits for motivation. You think a champion waits to feel better. You think discipline is born when you're comfortable. Wake up. Discipline comes from repetition. Repetition that hurts. Repetition that burns. Repetition that questions whether you actually want the life you keep talking about. You say you want greatness, but you hesitate. You talk about goals, but you hit snooze. You post about the grind, but you skip reps. Quit lying to yourself. The gym is a battlefield, and every rep is a bullet fired at your old self. Every set is a confrontation with your comfort zone. Every drop of sweat is evidence that the weak version of you is slowly dying. The iron does not lie. It exposes you on the bar, under the weight, in the mirror, in the silence where excuses die. When you pick up that bar, the truth hits instantly. You either trained or you didn't. You either showed up or you slept in. You either were consistent or you let weakness call the shots. The grind doesn't care about your reasons, your excuses, your problems. Your story. The grind demands execution. So picture this. It's 4 a.m. Your muscles are stiff. Your eyes are heavy. Your mind is negotiating. But you still lace up your shoes. You still step into the cold. You still walk into that gym alone before the world wakes up. That's discipline. That's the training mindset that separates the average from the unstoppable. No hype, no audience, no applause. It's just you, your breath, your will, and the weight waiting to be moved. You push, you pull, you grind, you repeat. This is how you build muscle growth, not just physically, but mentally. And when you think you're done, you're not. One more rep, one more set, one more battle, because the grind never ends. It just evolves. And you must evolve with it. The real enemy isn't the weight, it isn't the soreness, it isn't the early mornings or the late nights. The enemy is internal. It whispers, it negotiates, it bargains, it tells you, sleep a little longer. You trained yesterday, you'll start again Monday. You deserve a break. That voice is your greatest threat. It knows your weaknesses, it knows your insecurities, it knows exactly how to manipulate you. And most people obey it, but not you. Not anymore. Because you're about to understand something critical. Discipline is not a feeling. Discipline is a decision. A decision made in silence. A decision made without applause. A decision made against the part of you that wants to stay weak. You want a warrior mentality. You want a Navy SEAL mindset. Then kill that voice. Crush it. Interrupt it. Counterattack with action. When it whispers quit, you say no. When it says rest, you say work. When it says you can't, you prove it wrong. Self-control is forged in the dark moments, the moments no one sees. When you're tired, when you're doubtful, when you're alone, when you've failed, when you don't believe in yourself, when your confidence shakes and your body begs for comfort. That's the moment the inner war peaks. And that's the moment you must dominate. Understand this, the mind seeks comfort by default. It seeks safety, it seeks predictability, but greatness never comes from comfort. Greatness comes from conflict, from friction, from resistance. Every time you win a small internal battle, you grow. Every time you silence the weak voice, you sharpen your edge. Every time you choose discipline, you rewrite your identity. This is how warriors are created, not by talent, not by genetics, not by luck, but by consistency, by action, by relentless refusal to surrender. This inner war is fought daily. It never ends. But neither do you. There's a moment, and you'll feel it, when the pain starts to shift. When the suffering stops being punishment and becomes fuel. When the grind stops feeling like a burden and becomes identity. When the gym stops being a place and becomes your battlefield, your sanctuary, your proving ground. That moment is the breakthrough. You feel your breathing steady. You feel your confidence rise. You feel your body change. You feel your mind sharpen. What used to break you now builds you. What used to intimidate you now excites you. What used to exhaust you now empowers you. This is what domination feels like. Not cockiness, not ego. Control over your habits, control over your time, control over your impulses, control over the voice in your head that once dictated your life. Now you dictate terms. You wake up early because you choose discipline. You train hard because you refuse to be average. You push further because comfort disgusts you. You look at weakness and you hunt it down. This shift is not magic. It's not inspiration. It's not motivation. It's identity. You are no longer someone trying to be disciplined. You are disciplined. You are no longer someone trying to grind. You grind. You are no longer someone hoping for strength. You are strength. The breakthrough happens when you stop wishing for results and start demanding them from yourself. Move like a soldier, think like a machine. Execute like a warrior. This is the moment your life changes trajectory permanently. And you did it through pain. You did it through sweat. You did it through adversity. You earned it. Now listen carefully, because this is not motivation. This is doctrine. This is your code. The code you live by from this day forward. 1. Jiti before the world, before excuses, before weakness wakes up. 2. You dictate what happens, not the other way around. 3. No, excuses are excuses of lies. You cut them out like infection. 4. Why movement is non-negotiable. The body must be chechalan. 5. Grind is. Pain is not the enemy. Pain is the process. 6. You think, you plan, you act. Fast, decisive. 7. Iron, because the iron reveals truth every single time. 8. Relentless, never satisfied, never finished, always hungry. This code isn't temporary. This isn't a 30-day challenge. This isn't a motivational phase. This is a lifestyle, a mentality, a permanent shift in how you operate. People around you won't understand it. They'll call you obsessed. They'll call you extreme. They'll say you're doing too much. Let them talk. While they sleep, you grind. While they complain, you execute. While they search for shortcuts, you follow the code. And in the end, you'll win, not because you're lucky, not because you're gifted, but because you refuse to quit. You refuse to stay weak. You refuse to surrender to comfort. You refuse to negotiate with the voice that held you back your entire life. So here is your final order. Get up. Stand tall. Look your weakness in the eye and crush it. The day is waiting. The grind is waiting. Your future self is waiting. Get up and get it done. Now. Listen. Before this video ends, there's one more thing you need to hear. The thing most people avoid because it's uncomfortable, unforgiving, and brutally true. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your mentors, not your universe, not motivation. It's on you. Every result you want, strength, discipline, confidence, success, requires one thing: ownership. Full, total, non-negotiable. Ownership. You take ownership of your mornings. You take ownership of your time. You take ownership of your weaknesses. You take ownership of your excuses, and you kill them. Because here's the truth most people run from: weakness is patient. It waits. It watches. It hides behind comfort. And the moment you slip, the moment you relax, the moment you get soft, it comes back. So you stay sharp. You stay disciplined. You stay focused. You stay aggressive. And every day, every single day, you build a little more strength, a little more self-control, a little more mastery over the voice in your head that once controlled you. And then something changes, not outside. Inside, you start moving differently. You start thinking differently. You start attacking the day instead of reacting to it. You walk into the gym not to work out, but to fight, to wage war against the old version of yourself. And step by step, rep by rep, day by day, you rise. Not because someone inspired you, not because you felt motivated, but because you decided you're done being average. You're done being passive. You're done being the person who waits for life to change instead of taking responsibility. So here are your final orders. Get up tomorrow before the alarm. Stand up when your legs don't want to. Train when your mind says stop. Push when everything in you says slow down. And when you feel tired, overwhelmed, pressured, tempted to quit, good. That means you're exactly where you need to be. Because that pressure, that pain, that resistance, it's the sign you're growing, the sign you're becoming the person you were supposed to be. So, step forward, take control, own the mission, own the day, own your life. And remember, discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is freedom. Get up, get after it, and get it done. Now go.